that has given us a lot of stability in our life. Kumbaga, hindi ko siya kinakalkula eh. Walang kalkulasyon, yun ang kanya eh. Kung kakalkulahin mo ako, hindi tayo para mag-asawa. Kailangan todo, di ba? 100%. And I go by that. And I think the reason why we have been able to go through life, fortunately, for better, before it became worse. I am a management executive. I have sat in many executive positions. I continue to do so. My wife also eventually became country head of a British bank, Barclays Bank. She headed the country for travelers' checks before the credit cards became big. Having reached a pinnacle of life, of material things, I guess I have to brag a little bit of the achievements I've already reached. I am a 6-digit earner on salary alone, plus profit bonuses. So I am pretty much comfortable. But in sickness, that goes all down the drain. On the day my wife had a stroke, and she's one of the most active human beings I've ever met in this world. She can be awake 36 hours. In fact, that is why she had the stroke. She was preparing for the debut of my daughter, and she was not sleeping anymore. And she was exhausted, and she has hypertension. We were in a debut of a classmate at BMW Libis. Very happy with co-parents. Masayang-masaya kami. She just came to me about 12 midnight. And very active, madaldal. She comes to and says, I'm a son of a doctor. In my mind, I immediately know this is a stroke. She dropped on my lap. The entire party collapsed. And I, a very strong human being, said, just like Superman, I will bring her to the hospital. Hindi kaya. Pagka pala dead weight, hindi kaya. So, 3 or 4 men helped me bring her to the hospital. When I saw her lying there, I thought she was dead. There was breathing, but there was no more reaction. And I'm just saying, from where that started the decline of all our material things. I don't know if my children know this. But after a few months, she had an operation where from her groin, a platinum coil was placed. Her BP was 260/90. And all the doctors would say, Tina, you should have gone by that time. Very few survived 260/190. Many die at 210, 220/160, 150. She had 260/190. Fortunately, hindi ko pumutok yung balloon. So a platinum coil was placed on her groin, all the way up, binaraho. Today, it cannot burst because there's platinum coil there. The sad thing is that the material cost of a stroke, and hindi ho ako nagmamayabang kanina to tell you what I make. I tell you that because I'm telling you from all the expenses of about 2 to 3 weeks, hospital, doctors, triple, 4, quadruple doctors, neurosurgeon. When we checked out in about a month's time, I thought I had enough material wealth. I put all my cash and all of my money in my checking account to be able to pay. And 2 days before we were gonna go out, I went to the billing. My money was short. I had about 2 or 3 million in the bank. My bill, I was short by about 2 million. Ang problema, paano mo ilalabas? Hindi ka papayagang ilalabas. Sabi ko, boss, hindi ba pwedeng ayusin to? Wala akong ayos dito. Kung hindi nyo mababayaran, maiiwan ho sa ospital yan at tuloy-tuloy yan. Fortunately, I'm an executive. I probably have about 10 cards with about 200, 300, 500,000 credit limit. I pushed all of my credit cards and loaded all of them. Nakalabas po kami. Today, I continue to pay the balance of my credit accounts because I couldn't pay it all in cash immediately. After a few weeks, maybe this is the first time she will hear this. After a few weeks, when we were back home, I am now all alone to do everything in the house. All the money and all the expenses were done by her. Noong araw na yon, ako na ngayon. Ang sa palengke, ang mirako. Ang hirap pala ng buhay ng asawa. Ako na karap na driver, na may maid. Advance ko lang pera. I went all the way maybe in about one month to 1 month and a half. Lahat po ng pera ko naubos. I was in our room, alone, and I faced my drawer. The last 25,000 pesos of my life. Paano ko hahati-hatiin yun? Di ba? I had thousands, I had millions. I am today facing cash. Lahat ng asawa ko, mahilig magsuksok ng mga pera. Nilabas ko na lahat yun. 25,000 ang naiwan. Paano ako makakainin ang mga anak ko? Paano ko itutuloy ang pag-aaral? There's only one way to do it. Is to ask for His help. I asked for His help slowly. I get back into employment. And slowly, you start to stand up. Difficult. When I'm saying this in front of my children for the first time, hindi ko po ipapakita yan sa aking pamilya kung gaano kahirap. Itatayo ko sila ulit. I am saying this that I am strong only because of the type of love that my wife has dictated and demanded of me. Kung mamahalin mo ko, hindi pwedeng 99. It has to be 100% or none at all. With that commitment, I came back into the world to scrape, to get any job that I could get, to be able to climb up. I am fortunate with the Lord's blessings that nakatayo na po kami dahan-dahan. I am back. But I say this because what moved me to stand up again is the love that was embedded in my heart for my wife and for my family. Hindi po kakayanin. And I will now try to describe the love that I attained or I embraced. Love is never intelligent. I think love, when it is intelligent or reasonable, it might not be love. Love is an emotion that strikes you clearly, unconditionally. Because if it is reasonable, you will probably debate your relationship with a person. Because we are two different persons, but we are two very strong personalities. When we fight to death. Literally. But we never put love at stake. Our worst fight, and if you will remember, we started at 6:30 in the evening. We finished at 8 a.m. without sleeping. She can shout, I can shout. I will fight, she will fight. But we never put love on the table. How did we peacefully end it? At 8:30 in the morning, after reviewing all of our sins of the past. Isipin nyo, mga 14 na oras na. Ang sabi, I don't remember anymore kung siya nagsabi o ako nagsabi. Pagod na siyempre, umaga na ulit, hindi ba? Sabi niya, mga laway namin, tuyo na. Ano nga ba pinag-away namin? Kasi lahat ng away namin, na-review na namin. Hindi na namin alam saan kami nag-umpisa. 8:30 na umaga. Siguro matulog na lang tayo. Natulog kami. I say this because I'm saying, love should not depress your personality, di ba? Ako. Siya. Kabite niya ho yan. Kadugo niya yung Ginaldo. Ang problema niya ho, tigamid na lang ho ako. Muslim ang mga lola ko. Di ba? Hindi ko bibitawan yung kabite niya kung tatapak. But I'm saying, you can discuss what you are arguing about. But we've never placed our love on the table. Na kasi ganyan, kasi siguro hindi na kita mahal. Di ba? But that premise, I think, I'm sharing because I think that is the anchor of a family. Di ba? I think it is, medyo fake naman sabihin ko, dapat lahat ng gusto ko, gusto mo rin. Paano naman mangyari yung magkaiba tayong tao? Di ba? Yung mga deficiencies mo or weaknesses mo, dapat ba sundan ko yun? Hindi rin, ba? Meron din akong deficiencies. So, I guess my net really is that the kind of love that we have brought on each other is that first, I'm saying it must be an emotional love. It cannot be an intelligent love. If you choose a partner, then let's go to a contest and look for the prettiest girl in this world. Di ba? But if it's an emotion, and it strikes you, then you know you are hit. Di ba? Now, then you get to know each other better as you got to blend with each other. But having said that I love her with all my life, does not mean we have not fought. We have fought really hard. And sometimes, parehong boses namin naubos na. Naubos na, diba? So, all I'm saying is we've enjoyed life. Today, there may be a physical difference, but the kind of love and the activities we carry have not changed. We will go anywhere. We will do anything despite of our physical disabilities. The kind of movement we have are limited today, but we are unlimited as far as what we want to do today. We have already tried to travel. We have been to Cebu. We have always been 2-3 times out of the country when we were all well. But today, we look forward to that time. Because as of today, we too are still enjoying our lives despite of what happened to my wife. I think the Lord is good because we are still able to enjoy our lives and be able to develop everything that we think we can be able to continue to look for in this life. I thank everybody. I am honored by Dr. Reyes being here. We worked very long with her also when we were here in Miriam. Maraming salamat po.
Hindi pa ako tapos mag-internalize tapos I wanted to listen some more. How are you, everybody? Oo nga no? Siguro on this note, I'd like to share also something